Hey there folks, rinimt here, and I'm checking to see if there's a Sephiroth up. And welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. In the last part, we took care of Alexander tiers 5 through 8, and got a story dump at the end. And now it's time to do the story. The Man Within. Mistress Ariana, it is well that you are here. You are wanted within. I believe Master Alphino wishes a word with you. This is when I find out this is still 3.2 story. Well, I don't think it is, because we got the achievement, right? Oh. I don't know. Ah, Arya, there you are. Have you a moment? There is something I would fain discuss. I must ask you to recall the events which unfolded at the peace conference, though I dare say you would sooner forget them. My mind returns again and again to the moment when Nidhogg appeared before the crowd in the guise of a Stinian. It was a sight to chill the soul, but one which gave me reason to hope that our friend might not be beyond salvation. When he described his fateful transformation as his law, I feared him lost forever, but the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endures must surely count for something. Alas, I have no evidence to support this impression. Thus did I turn to Y'shtola and Krau for a more empirical appraisal, and full glad am I that I did, for it would seem they have some observation of their own to share. The ladies have saved this table at the Forgotten Night. Shall we go? Excellent. Let us not keep our honored colleagues waiting, as I lump like everything on my desk and then some with a headphone cable. Forgotten Night, right. That would help, I guess.
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
Jibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humors.
Indeed. But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Ah, no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinian's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us? You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when he took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the Great Worm.
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the worm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armor had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else. And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion that the something else I had sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
You mean...
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp, then? Tear the eyes from the armor?
We know not if that would serve to separate Worm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Alphino. By all means, hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the Dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be savior might become Nidhogg's next host.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinian's armor and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
Ah, I found you at last. A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light and Master Alphino.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Onawa.
'Twould seem duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours.
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none. Come then, Sir Emmerich awaits.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this Dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
They think more of their friends' deliverance than their foes' defeat. But will history commend their fealty or condemn their folly?
The conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind. A timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Okay. Still worried I'm not actually in the 3.3 story, but I'm pretty sure I am, but... What news has Sir Emmerich to share with us, I wonder? This is like the other half of the gear. Now we must be an ally for Ishgard. Might Sir Emmerich perchance have received word of a Dravani in advance? Or mayhap they have located as to say, mayhap Nidhogg has been found. Come, I would hear what the Lord Commander has to say.
My friends, I thank you for coming.
You have had news of Nidhogg?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Worm.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the worm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
I assume Ishgard's defenses are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the Knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
You speak of Hraesvelgr?
I do. To whom else could we turn?
That he is Nidhogg's equal I do not deny, nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinian's report was most particular about Hraesvelgr's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men. But much has changed since your visit to Somal, and if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, the battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
We will, my lord, though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then, we will depart at your leisure.
Thank you. Both of you. The city is yours, First Commander.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
Yeah, I think we're in safely in the 3.3 story. It grieves me to impose upon you in this manner, but you of all people understand the threat we now face. His known position, Sir Emmerich, to Arya and I, Ishgard is as a second home. After the many battles we have fought, and the bonds we have forged, the plight of your nation has become our own. If there's aught that we can do to aid in its salvation, then pray impose all you must. Yeah. Well, he said, you are true friends. Shall it be about our task then? We have no way of knowing when Nidhogg's shade will strike, but we must assume that time is not our ally. Indeed. With that in mind, I've taken the liberty of dispatching a messenger to inform Mistress Sataria that you'll be escorting me to Sohr Mall. I confess, I did not provide the exact details of our destination, as they are as yet unknown to me. We will summon Hraesvelgr as the Zenith in a churning mist. Ere we begin our ascent, however, I think it best that we pay a visit to Annex Shrine. He's taken advantage in the coming negotiations. I would consult with Vidofnir. I propose this in part out of concern for her condition. Were she to succumb to her wounds, it could have grave consequences for our alliance. That apart, she may be able to provide insight into her sire's current state of mind. Well reasoned. To Dravanian Forelands, then. Yep. Time to find a hole to fly upwards. I think I went on too many layers. Ah, it is the warrior of warriors and her companions. What bringeth you to mine abode? Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Vidofnir. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. Didst thou imagine me close to death? The thrust was deep, but not mortal. I will heal in time. Full glad am I to hear it. You were the guest of honor at our conference, and we failed in our duty of protection. On behalf of Ishgard, I apologize unreservedly. I am a dragon full grown, and thou thought to protect me, mortal? I was tempered by the fires of battle ere thy great-grandsire learned to crawl. Thy words do remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship. Would that we could return to that era of peace when man and dragon knew such comradeship. Would that our every effort to do so were not undone by ancient rancor. For a truth, there can be no peace while Nidhogg's shade yet lingereth. That much is plain, yet we lack the strength to banish him. Thus do we make for Sohr Mall, to beseech the aid of your sire once more. Folly, thou knowest as well as I know how. Thou knows as well as I how he will answer. Hraesvelgr's heart remains unchanged then, a pity. But it is folly to hope. If it is folly to hope, then I content to die a fool. Yeah, breathing hard. As hath ever been the way with thy kind, go then, but be warned. Shade's presence hath driven its minions to frenzy. Thank you, Vidofnir. We shall disturb your rest no longer. Oh, we have to pick an item here. Sure. I didn't even look at what they did, but I'll take that one. Winning over the worm. Though I expected no better answer from Vidofnir, I take little pleasure from having been proven right. 'Twould seem that our presence at Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. But is the ire of one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let us begin our ascent. After you, Master Alphinaud. Scout ahead if you wish, Arya. We shall join you outside Mogholm. So the smookles in the sky. I'll do it eventually. I have never flown down that section. I might do that. That was actually a really fast load for my computer. Jesus. Had heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream. One's mind paints a pale picture of its majesty. Few live to see such wonders. I'm reminded of my first visit to this peak, when Estinian and Sail yet walked at our side. Papa? Is that you, Arya? Oh, visit Mom. Don't tell me you forgot my name, Koopa. After all we've been through together. At least you remember me. You do remember me, don't you, Arya? How can I forget you, Moglin? How could you mistake me for the overstuffed throne warrior? I'm Mog Han, the courageous Moogle who guided you to Zenith, Kupo. But putting our shared history to one side, what brings you and your friends to Montcomb, Kupo? Ah, another audience with old Hraesvelgr. Well, I hope you brought the horn, Kupo. With the gusts as gentle as they are, a good toot should reach the great worm's ears easily enough. That's good to hear, Moghan. Thank you. We have best press on the Zenith. Well, the winds are in our favor. Bye, Kupo! Now that was unexpected, Kupo. Chieftain Moghan will want to hear about this. Okay. Alright, let's... hi. Do I not have flying here? I don't have flying here. What the heck? What? Sorry, we have a small distraction. I forgot I never unlocked flying in the churning mist. Shows how long it's been since I've been here. Jeez. Ahem. Hide your muggles! Hide and seek seemed like a fun game at first, but I had no idea everyone would be so good at it. Now I just want to go home. Could you find the other 3 muggles and tell them it's time to leave, Kubo? Do I have to? Okay, one's over here somewhere. Up there. No! Let me up! Thank you. Sucks. You actually found me? Oh, well, I suppose it's time to go home, Kubo. Oh, there's another one down here. There should be one more somewhere. Can't believe you found me! I'll find an even better hiding spot next time, Kubo. Okay, where are you, you darn Moogle? Let me fly. This explains why I've never been down in that area. There you are. I fell asleep in my hiding place. I think I'll return to my comfy bed. Unbelievable! You've already found all the Moogles? Finally, we can go home. I've never seen such skillful seeking in my life, Kubo. Sorry to make you find everyone. We usually don't hide this well. You'll be the first one we invite to our next game. Well, if I don't want to. Yay! We can now fly here! Oh my gosh, that's right. I've like skipped so many. Oh god, the map. Okay.
Great Hraesvelgr, 'tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Hraesvelgr. I am Emmerich de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people. Foresaw mine intent.
Lis ech Nidhogg kasmon ikin lis noan jas an es salen monanesh undai Stapol iani Nidhogg shin hes iso al nova is Seth osk kom I Nidhogg kin nosk degan en.
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope? I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Rhaesel upon your back?
Is Kaisia Holes Eskdir Valsu Nesk an in Eskbar An Snalhau Us Hesner Ikin en Elan.
So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Snusk inletlai, Nalosk asisa, Ekmon kin una en.
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the Warrior of Light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours. Alas, your brother Worm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Segmon infin, ses antis ekmon, kin al ud.
Sloskna, dyrkin iles, kolhes na inish, draor in. Da Nidhogg, Ngarjas, Nosk in an, Slisva holkas, kai in na.
Well, the shade of vengeance remains, the future will ever be uncertain.
Esgnitheg, esgdir ulga an, el in an, hesnesh an, eskjas ong, n ong inga. Al in uwoga, smahes in an. Sway in Ratatoska this die an. Slosk kin. Skol ich les ilo.
I don't like that Moogle was overhearing us. I believe I spy the wyvern landing just outside the palace. It is doubtless one of the children of whom Hraesvelgr spoke. Come, my friends, let us not keep our escort waiting. My broodmates and I will bear you to the place of your trial. Make your preparations. Sohr Khai is now accessible. Okay. Let's go. If the tank responds. My settings are still right? Good time to check, right? Yeah. Okay. If the tank responds. Well, Tank said please be patient with me, so maybe we're good? Maybe we're good. So these are actually asleep. We are being very, very rude awakeners. Because that's what we do as a warrior fight, don't you know? So yeah, that's literally gatekeepers. We have to kill them to get into here. Now we're on to the actual trash balls. So we got some FF7, or not FF7, FF5 going on here. We got these enchanted fans, which are seen in the floating thing in, whatever it's called, floating fortress place. So they're gonna do wind stuff, but these fans are important for another reason. Once they die, they'll leave a whirling pool on the ground, which, if you went over it, gives you a 20-second haste, which is cool. Which is cool. I do not have to mix up. Got it. Cool, cool, cool. So other than that, not really much to know about this entrance part. We're just really rude awakeners. We're gonna have another enchanted fan up here, along with 3 of the Cloud Gardeners instead of just 2. These things do wake up after a time, but otherwise you can be really rude awakeners, where they literally just wake up dying. Or after enough damage has been happened, or whatnot. And we are on to the first boss. Wait a sec. I'm sorry, Moglin! I'm sorry for calling... Moghan, I'm sorry for calling Moglin. I just said it again. I'm so sorry. This is as far as you go, Arya. You and your ridiculous name won't make it past me, come on! You may recognize something. Yeah, it's back. So, he is going to summon palm guards to his side, and we need to kill them. Potentially, there is going to be a thing, because unless the bodies are, well, still hanging around. So he's gonna do this, palm praise, and what you need to do is you need to get them out of the palm praise areas so that they don't get reawakened and buffed. And I'm not chasing because I'm the biggest, I'm chasing because I'm the baddest, Kupo. Kupo, that's enough, you made your point. This isn't a fight to the death, Kupo. Yeah, so, he does eventually summon another set if you leave him alive long enough, but we didn't. And it's just the same thing. Just the same thing, really. Alright. Time for more trash enemies, except this time, we got some birds. Ugh, I hate when they do this. Like, either decide you're gonna pull ahead, or just don't. So, we've got these Onzu eggs. We need to destroy these eggs before they hatch. Otherwise, we will be dealing with what they hatch into. Like so, which is cockerels. Cockerels can be nasty and do a bunch of damage. This is why this is you either pull ahead or you don't. You do not hesitate and then half do it. And especially when you have 2 melee DPS instead of having a ranged. It's a little better when you have a range because the range is of course do killing from a range, but melee have to get back up there and they probably already used their force movement skill and yeah. There was more eggs here, but too late. Already hatched. Yeah, we're doing this in half yes, half no on pulling, I guess. Annoying. Oh my gosh, we're actually doing a pull. Amazing. First I say that, and I've had target out of range on range, so I mean, it's annoying. Especially when you're literally right next to an enemy, but the server says, nah, you aren't. They decided you are not next to the enemy. Oh my gosh! Ah, saddle pulling just irritates me. Okay. It's okay. Just breathe, Runny. Especially when my meditate sucks, and so when they do the saddle pulling, I don't get a chance to really meditate between the big pulls or whatever. Instead, I'm like kind of half doing it. Anyways, this is a Pog Garage or something like Pog Garage. There we go. That's the name. So Pog Garage, Burning Bright is just a AoE, I believe. No, it is a targeted thing on one person. You'll notice, these barriers seem to be destroyable, and there's electricity down there. So we want to make sure we're against the wall, so that when he charges like that, I should have been meditating instead of talking. We don't get knocked into the electricity, which, well, you don't want to walk into it because obviously it's obvious electricity. And, yeah. So if you're in the back, you really just want to make sure you're, like, centered on the back. You don't want to be, like, half there. So eventually does Cloud Call, you want to pull this back to an area where it's not going to destroy too much of the walls. So, like that, unfortunately, is going to destroy some of the wall there, which kind of sucks. But, as in, we now have one piece of wall. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh, this is going to hurt. Yeah, there was no getting away from that one. I guess there was. I could have used arm's length. Electrocution, unfortunately, does not last too long, but... On to the answer of shame. Oh, you move to an answer of shame. So now we're gonna find some Hraesvelgr Broodlings. And, yeah. Not too much. This dungeon is super straightforward. It's supposed to be a test for you, but by Hraesvelgr, of course, but it's like such a straightforward dungeon. It's like whatever, you know? So once you defeat those, our little path forward appears. Thou hast weathered my trial thus far, but I'm not convinced. I will try thy limits. Like I was saying, your trial really has not been much so far. So, tank. Pick spot. Shut up. Tank. To quote Kamari. Sorta. May have taken some creative liberties here. So eventually, this dragon will appear. And Samurai just wanders off in the middle of the battle to open up the treasure chest. Dragon will appear. Open up a path of ice for us. And then we will now have to face it because it's right here. Blizzard Dragon. And if you look over there, there's another treasure chest over there. That's actually the last one before the boss. So I'm going to be trying to do something I know from when I've done this otherwise. And off goes the Samurai again. Alright. That is the last pull. But wait! That actually wasn't the last platform. Nidhogg will spare thee no clemency, and thus neither must I. Alright. So we're gonna have a bunch of platforms here. You'll notice the swirling things around them to get around. This is important to, doing this. So, Hraesvelgr does not have any positionals. He can be hit anywhere from anywhere for your positionals, so thankfully, because he's really big, actually. If you look at him. So not too much to note here when he does this. It's going to be a repeating attack on a specific spot. You want to get out of it. He's going to go invincible, jump up. The holy sprites are going to appear. He's going to dash, usually where you are. Let's go ahead and take care of that holy sprite. And then also, boom, take care of this holy sprite. Where are they going? Okay. Oh my gosh. Pick spot, shut up, tank! Come on though. Alright, so our limit break is actually full. I'm actually going to go ahead and use it here. So he's going to go ahead and use Diamond Storm now. This is going to cause these ice balls to appear in various spots around the arena. You do not want to be in the path of these, so that one's actually going that way, thankfully. Because if you are in the path of these, let's pop over. Avoid that one. Also, another reason to get out of there. If you're in the path of them, you will get hit by heavy, and... Okay, well, the thing I was trying to do with the limit break there is, if Hraesvelgr doesn't kind of just die like that, and he destroys another set of platforms, your limit break gauge will refill. And you can limit break again. So it's good idea to limit break as soon as you hit that 2 bar and just go for it. Or, you know, Hraesvelgr will just kind of poof. Wait, is that from the Orchestrion? I have never seen that. I don't remember ever seeing it. I rolled like garbage on it. I remember seeing it before. Oh, they rolled like garbage on it. It's cool. Yeah. Point is, you can limit break Hraesvelgr twice, which is cool. We did it! He's on our side!
Your trial is ended as well, then?
Mine was brutal beyond reckoning. Vedfalnir seems ill-acquainted with the notion of mock battles.
Tan in Sisnat. Sohr as finan. Stiskar ikim. El in an. Sedgar in Nidhogg. Taishin es Isa.
right back into a cutscene. Oh, my poor ribs. Hraesvelgr saw fit to pair me with Dofnir, but her ferocity was such that I began to wonder if I hadn't simply imagined her injury. Yet my trial pales into insignificance next to yours. How fared you in your duel with Hraesvelgr? I didn't get to liberate him twice. I'm disappointed. I want to redo. I take from this that your battle was rather more involved than my own. Dofnir seemed largely concerned with how long he could keep me rolling in the dust. Between dodging, snapping fangs, and slashing claws, I scarce had time to aim a blow. Had he truly meant to harm me, of course, I would not be standing here now. Plainly, his intent was to teach. His onslaught forced me to recall my training about the speed of the dragon. His balance, his blind spots, it was, in short, a very thorough lesson. You. Oh, Koopa. Alright, let me begin by congratulating you on the completion of your trial. For one with a name more befitting a jester, you fight with the savagery of its rabid demon. Do you see how my wings are kinked? Even my palm aches. After strumming, I fear my little subjects will have to bear the load of my personal chores for quite some time, Kubo. Possibly indefinitely. What? When I told you about Arya's trial, it didn't mean for the rest of us to suffer. That's triple shifts for you, Markan. Triple? That's not fair! There's no justice, come on! Not at all! Now there's probably spit all over my desk from spluttering everywhere. Dang it.
Our negotiations proved rather more strenuous than I had anticipated, but the results seem well worth the effort.
The battle was indeed hard won. Thank you, my friends. I would never have earned Hraesvelgr's cooperation had you not seen fit to grant me yours. 'Twas your stalwart heroism that moved the heart of the Great Worm at the last. Any gratitude I can offer is but poor reward for your continued service to Ishgard.
Twould seem our final reckoning with the dread worm is at hand. I only wish we had some inkling as to when he means to strike.
I have an inkling.
Oh, gods.
The cry heraldeth his coming. Nidhogg's shade hath taken wing.
It has begun. We must away to Ishgard.
Oy, making me pick something to take and... Okay. An end to the song. Ishgard will not last long under Nidhogg and his horde. We must away.
I must return to my city without delay.
Snar'an, skolo, ses Nidhogg, sen'an igar'an.
Remember your training! We hold fast until the Lord Commander returns. Ugh. We must hold!
Reinforcements! By the Fury, that one is the size of Nidhogg.
Lord Commander!
You are late, Warrior of Light.
A Warrior of Light is never late. They are always on. Everyone else is simply early.
Watan Orsk mig in, eskia in van ihe, dolun jukin hern esh. Siroskuan inna. His ingar Liskol Nusgar Akin Sus Ul War. Esken dran mig in, faun vår må I te tothar an, vis an in. Snalis ray in, Nedwar, Elstra.
Hi.
Wa'il and Stra and In.
The final steps of faith are now accessible. But I want to just sit here in this area. Because you can't come back here after you do this fight. And you get to hear the title song of Heavensward. Oh my gosh. I have to. Can't even choose the right option. Alright, Nidhogg. Oh yeah, the music's still playing, by the way. I've been getting chills like this entire time since it started playing too. Wiggling maggots, I shall grind you to paste in my jaws. Tank, can you please turn it? Alright, so Nidhogg. Thank you. So, basic conals, AoEs, does this. There's gonna be things that pop up beneath people. Come on. Hot wing, you wanna be in. As you can see by the indicators, if you're not, you get burned, literally. Another tank buster conal. Come, my children, claim the vengeance that is rightfully yours. So we're gonna have 3 houses spawn. We're gonna want to go for Boganac first. Typically, Shadow Dragon is just ignored till the end. Either go for Boganac or Phallic first. Either or. Of course, one tank is trying to take off 3 of them, which doesn't honestly work that well. Normally I would AoE, but we do want to take them out, like, one by one here. Yeah, no one's even tanking Phallic, which is cool. Shadow Dragon cannot be tanked. It has no actual proper aggro table, as far as I'm aware. But considering a healer is currently tanking Phallic, what do I know? Yeah, it's just going after whoever. So we're gonna get knocked back by Mortal Chorus. Look upon the fool who dared embrace my power. Witness the darkened wings that beat about his shriveled soul. Champion of man, hearken to my fury. Thy final verse is sung. So now we're fighting Nidhogg Stinian? Something like that? Still called Nidhogg though. Thou hast survived my song. Curse thee in thine eye, Hraesvelgr. So Alamorn is going to be a multi-hit tank buster. I think 2-hit? 3-hit? Something like that. Been a while since I've tanked this, okay? Hraesvelgr is just a clonal attack. And another just little tank attack there. And again. So now he's gonna put these targeting petals on us. We want to run these out to the edges. And then run in, but also avoid the proximity AoE as well as the lines that are about to happen. Proximity, that's where he's gonna jump back down, and Nidhogg is back for fighting. Let us resume the battle. Another Alamorn. Another multi-hit going on here. Of course our goal in all this is to get Estinian back, so I mean... So he's gonna combine line with the puddles this time. The first one went on the main tank. The main tank is tanking in a garbage spot. Really garbage spot. Can we please have it out of here? Please. Another Alamorn. This is a really terrible spot to take, Nidhogg, let me tell you. Another Alamorn. Not really much else to say about this one, the Nidhogg game. Brood brother, thou hast doomed me, but if I must meet thine end, all shall burn in my pyre. So Nidhogg is gonna put down some of those puddles as well as death across the arena. You wanna avoid both of these, of course. And he's gonna touch down, and we're in the final phase of Nidhogg. You'll recognize this, it's his fiery phase. Ockborn is going to be a multi-hit stack attack. You will want to stack on whoever is there until all of the hits of Ockborn are done. I don't think we're gonna get to 3, but alright, so these are just gonna put down some eventually exploding fiery lines, more ground AoEs. Now, another hot wing. Let's go ahead and do this. I think about the hot tail as a follow-up. That's fine. So hot tail is just the opposite of hot wing. But that's Nidhogg. The end of a song indeed. You okay, buddy? You okay? I hope so.
Estinian!
Is this to be mine end? Nay, I will not allow it. I am of the first brood. I am vengeance incarnate. I am Nidhogg. Thou shalt die by my hand.
This is not your hand, worm!
Thou wilt obey!
I would ask one last favor of you, Warrior of Light. Finish me, now, while I have the beast subdued! You waste your time. Kill me! It is the only way! Ending Nidhogg will be my final duty!
No! You can't die like this! I won't let you!
Horsey! Isel!
Soul's cry, a passion welling within. Sacrifice, a final plea to her king.
The eyes! Cast them into the abyss!
Yet this bond of hope by treachery was broke, scattering her words to the wind.
He lives. Ah,
Estinian, my ill-fated friend. Lucia, summon the healers. I want them ready to receive him.
At once, Lord Commander.
Allow me to do this much, at least. You have my gratitude, Hraesvelgr. Your deeds this day have saved a great many lives.
Ustra udin instrare an hesnesh. One in nest ik an keifta.
The battle is won. We can do no more for Estinian now than bear him home and wish him well, even as Hraesvelgr did. The rest we must trust to the hands of the healers and the grace of the gods.
And now it's not loading. No, it's not loading. There you are, Alfie. Through the haze of pain, I swear since... But no, the past is done, and we must look to the future. At long last, Nidhogg is gone, his foul spirit cast out once and for all. I can only pray that Estinian survives this ordeal. Heroes of the Hour. Your battle with Nidhogg's Shade will beget many an epic ballad aria. Oh, I'm sure. And rightly so. It was, without a doubt, one of your more epochal victories. Though I must admit that I took greater joy in seeing you emerge from the experience unscathed. And not only for your own sake. Had you not been there to aid me, those infernal eyes would still diffuse Estinian's mail. Yet, even with Nidhogg gone, I cannot help but wonder how much of our friend remains. Let's pay a visit to Lucia and beg news of his condition. I can just go this way. Okay, maybe? I would think. Yeah. Arya, Master Alphino, my honored friend. As if winning Hraesvelgr to our cause were not enough, you took it upon yourselves to rid us of his brute brother. I know not how to thank you. My own contribution was hardly noteworthy. The true saviors of the day were Arya and Estinian. One triumphed over Nidhogg's Shade through strength of arms, and the other through strength of will. Speaking of Estinian, what news of his recovery? The Azure Dragoon was conveyed to the infirmary, where he now resides under the care of the Hospitalier captain. I'm told he has yet to regain consciousness. But as you know, Estinian's mind and body were held hostage for many days. We must be patient and allow the process of healing to begin. In the meantime, you do well to rest and recover from your own ordeals. But surely, Sir Emmerich is never long from Estinian's bedside. We'll send word the moment there are any developments. Now, if I was to Satisfied with your concerns, I believe Lord Edmond and his sons were most eager to celebrate your return. Very well, First Commander. Kamaria, it would seem that we are awaited at Fort Taunt Manor. It says enter Fort Taunt Manor. Not speak with anyone, just enter. Cool. I can do that, I suppose. Alright. Entering. Hola!
The heroes of the hour return.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
I gave every ounce of my strength, but mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Worm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you. And while we're on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of Dravanian invaders.
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim, and continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
There will be time enough to determine who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions. I had chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You are welcome to retire at your leisure.
I am most grateful for your hospitality, my lord, but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's Infirmary. Pray excuse me.
Our Master Alphinaud has grown. The plight of his stricken brother-in-arms pains him more than his own hurts. In which respect he has come to resemble you, Warrior of Light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
Hello, Amaric. Arya, my friend, what can I do for the savior of Ishgard? You seek Master Alphinaud. Came to relieve me of my vigil a short while ago. Well, he begged to sit to the inside, and I could not well refuse him. Though he would sooner faint than admit it, the boy must be exhausted by Hraesvelgr's trial and all that followed. Simeon's blessed to have such devoted comrades. Litany of Peace. My own friendship with Asinian began some 10 years past, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon enough, but Asinian barely registered my existence. I was less a fellow recruit and more a shadow which occasionally darkened his path. And so I might have remained had fate not seen fit to intervene. while on patrol, our company was set upon by a dragon, and we were the only two to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, as such life-threatening situations are wont to do. Despite our friendship, he remained an intent and solitary youth, wholly obsessed with claiming vengeance against Nidhogg. Revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind. Revenge for the death of his parents, revenge for his younger brother. I will venture that in Alphinaud he sees something of his lost sibling. And in the ungentle chidings of Estinian, Alphinaud has found the elder brother he never had. Truth be told, Estinian's tactless observations have saved me from disaster more than once. I can well understand Alphinaud's affection for him. He is a friend for whom I would gladly... Lord Commander, your presence is required in the infirmary. Is he? Tell them I'm on my way. Tell them I'm on my way and done class accepted. So it says here. Am I having to reload everything? Seriously? Oh no, I think... No. I just had to reload everything. Quickly, Arya, we must go to him. Yes. Upon proceeding to the infirmary, several cutscenes will play in sequence. We are explaining this video. It's recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Screw it. Next time we will watch these cutscenes in their entirety. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support really helps her keep being content like this and more. You can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt, signing out. Bye!